Bishop, actually, I've got two testimonies. One is on behalf of my brother-in-law in Zimbabwe, who you prayed for when we went for conference a few weeks ago. Firstly, he gave his life to Christ for the first time ever in his life. And they ran a transport business, a very big transport business, but they were having a lot of misfortunes to the extent that the buses would even hit like a shop, and then he had to incur the cost and everything. But for the first time ever, they said I should come and tell you that thank you very much, because everything is going up and their business is flourishing again after a very long time of struggle. So I just want to thank you for that.
I went in Zimbabwe. When I was in Zimbabwe, and she invited her members. She traveled with me. She invited her member family for the crusade. And when they came, there was the brother-in-law. Actually, when I said, how many of you want to give your life to Christ? This man raised up his hand and I led him to Christ. But also, the family, they operate a very big fleet of buses. But they were having all, you can hear, I did not know about it. They were having all misfortunes. They were having whatever it is, buses who have problem, hitting, buses who just get out of the way and hit people's shop. And you know very well, sometimes with some regulations in some countries, you have to bear the cost. And it was really, really draining them down. But let me tell you one thing. When I was in Zimbabwe, God reminded me something. He said, this is what I want you to do. On the last day, I want you to tell people to bring the soil. And people brought the soil, and the family was there. I prayed over it. Just like what happened to Elisha. The people of Jericho, they were experiencing miscarriage. They were experiencing death and barrenness in the land. But when the man of God sprinkled the miracle salt, he said there shall no longer be barrenness, no longer be death, no longer be miscarriage anymore. Many people in the land, you start something, but down on the road there is a miscarriage. But thank God for the power of the Holy Ghost. The family empire can rise all over again. No more miscarriage. Tell him right now, I have received it. But tell him, this is what God has said. From now on, the company is going to expand 5 more times. Yes, testimony number 2.
Testimony number 2, Bishop, is when we were in Zimbabwe, you prayed for us as a family to break the curse in our family. And you instructed me to burn a wedding dress, which was mine. Rather, you said maybe I could give it to someone, but the best idea was to burn it. And on the night when I burnt it, Bishop, it's amazing. The person who was behind it literally sort of like came to me and told me that he was leaving. And not only that, Bishop, there was something in my ear. I think I was talking to Pastor Emma. It was very strange. And a string came, and it was smelling more than a sewage. And I felt so much at peace, because you said, don't think of the value of that dress. You need to burn it. And I just followed your instruction, and I believe whatever curse was put on my life through that dress has been broken.
Now, this dress, people need to know the story behind this dress. Just a little bit, not every details. We were wondering what dress was there. Yes.
This dress, my friend Melania will know. I was supposed to, I'm sure I've had problems with this guy, because I've said it in church before, my ex-husband who used to bewitch me. So he kept the dress in his house and he did some stuff on it.
This is the same husband who wanted you to go to the graveyard, physically, to go to the graveyard, to go and do something with him. To go at night to do witchcraft there.
Yes, it's the same one. So when we were in Zimbabwe, I took the dress out.
No, you were supposed to get married. Yes. In a wedding.
Yes, and the wedding didn't go on. So this was a brand new gown. For years, I tried to give it away to somebody.
But before, he's the one took that gown.
Yes.
That dress, and he kept it.
Yes, he kept it in his house. He kept it in his house. And when I took it back, as beautiful as it was, I could not give it to anyone or sell it.
Not because, but anybody that you try to give that dress, it will either not fit them. Even when they increase it, it will still not fit. Even if you sell it, nobody wants to buy. And the thing is a very expensive dress. Can you imagine? not one, not two, nobody will fit it. Even when they go and increase, people will try and fit it. They'll go to the tailor, add it. Even after adding their size, dress will not go down.
Yes, that's very true, Bishop. It could not fit on anyone who I've tried to give it to. But on the night that it was burnt, that's the night that thing came out of my ear, and he physically, it was like a spirit of him coming, confessing and saying he was going when it was burnt.
Because when he took that dress, like what I told you, he put it and went and bewitched you and locked your life. But now, as you're banning all that witchcraft, it was not about the cost of the dress. It's about your future. Lift up your hands. Listen, don't ever put a cost of something where your life is concerned. It doesn't matter how much is a dress. It could have been 5,000 worthy pound of dress. But what is the need for you to keep a 5,000 worthy of dress which is demonically contaminated and lose your 50 million in life? Lift up your hands right now. Father, I thank you that our future is open. Even where marriage is concerned, right now you're released from every demonic soul tie between you and that man.